All right. So the fastest way I can give you to feel self-confident is to absolutely refuse to doubt yourself. Okay?
Well, how does that relate to other people? If they're thinking different from you, how can you not doubt yourself without criticizing somebody else?
Oh, you don't have to criticize anybody else. It's got nothing to do with it.
What if you're in an engagement with them?
Yes.
You're involved with them.
Yes.
So that your way of doing something is different than their way of doing
That's true. Look how often you've attended my classes. Have I ever criticized another teacher, ever? Never. It's not necessary. We have our ways of doing things. They have their ways of doing things. That's fine. You want to practice their ways? That's beautiful. I'm just giving you a different way to do it.
I'm just playing it tell us that if you were living with that person.
Even if you're living with a person, okay? The easiest thing to do is learn how to have 30-second blow-ups. That lets you give off your steam and then back to normal. Because sometimes people do things that you really get upset about, but you've got to get back into the present moment and don't doubt yourself and don't doubt them, and things stabilize immediately. Getting into the present moment and letting the past be the past is a very powerful way to maintain self-confidence in the present without having to carry, people talk about carrying all this burden. It's not a burden. It's an attitude. You keep remembering the past and making it important now, and it isn't now. Almost all the time, it isn't important anymore. So that's a real useful thing. Right? Being able to get back into the present as soon as possible. Give yourself some way to release the tension, but then let it be over and done. It's really helpful. Okay? All right. So, yeah, these things can even work in a live-in interaction, but one person has to change the pattern. If you change one side of a relationship, both sides will change. You cannot predict exactly how, but the more positive the change you make, the more likely it'll have a positive change on the other part of the relationship. Much more likely. Think of something that you want to do, be, or have. Okay? Because this is where effectiveness is going to come in. Think of something you want to do, be, or have. And with all the sensory detail you can, especially sight, sound, and touch, right now, go ahead and do it. Or be it. Or have it. But you got to bring in those senses. Have it be exactly the way you want it to be. With sight, sound, and touch, and any other sense you want to put in there. Practice it. All right, and then tell yourself thank you. And come on back. All right, any remarks on how that felt? What you experienced? Anybody want to share anything?
It got really hot.
Got hot? I could feel the temperature rise. How many people got hot doing that? Yes, right. That's right. When we are really focused on something, either in meditation, and this was a kind of meditation, part of our energy actually gets converted into heat, and the temperature does rise. That's physical fact. Okay? Very interesting effect. Okay? Anybody else have anything you'd like to share?
I wasn't really able to doubt myself.
You weren't able to doubt yourself. Excellent. That's good. That's good, because that's a primary necessity.
I kind of wanted to.
Yeah. No, that's excellent. That's very good. This is another way to help that. Now, there's a key pattern here, just to make sure that it wasn't missed. You imagine what you want to do, be, or have. It doesn't have to be a long time. When you're really good, you can do 5 to 15 seconds. Then you stop and reimagine it with more detail. And then you stop and reimagine it with even more detail. Now you can make it last longer if you want, but all you need is those few really concentrated seconds. Now you're going to be pulling everything out of your ancestral memory as well as your own personal memory that is directed toward that skill. Things are going to be coming out, changes are going to be made in patterns that you have, and you're going to be more confident about doing what you want and having what you want and being what you want. You will be, if you try this, really, totally amazed at the difference it's going to make in your effectiveness and in your results.
How do you become more effective by stopping and reimagining it?
There's a way that
Focusing on what you're already doing.
physiologically, there's a way that our nervous system works, and the technical term for it is called summation. And what it is you are stimulating a certain pattern, and then you're adding stimulation to that and adding more stimulation to that. Now, we already use this in a technique called dynamite, where every part of the technique is designed to produce a change so that we can do physical and emotional healing. Okay? We'd use this in our Kahiloa system, where every movement that we make in our hands has the same purpose of relaxing the tension and making the body feel all together. So the technical term is summation. You add stimulation and you add on top of that and you add on top of that. So it's a fast way, because you do it in such a quick sequence, of strongly reinforcing whatever intention you have. And you feel differently about it. How many people feel differently about what you want to do, be, and have right now? Yeah, it makes a big difference. So the summation thing is really good. Now, you'll find if you want to practice and experiment with it, it'll get more and more boring and then harder and harder to concentrate, and then you'll be distracted more, and other things will get your attention, and all the energy of it will fade out. 3 times, pulling in more detail each time gives it a very strong focus, and then you want to let it go. Give it a rest. Sometimes we can use fantasy to increase our abilities in certain ways. Just wild fantasy. Right? And it's amazing the effect that can have on us. Now for this one, I'm not going to take you through a whole technique, but I'm going to demonstrate it. Right? But if you fantasize yourself as, I don't know, a superhero of some kind with certain kinds of abilities and skills, well, before I go any further, let's demonstrate. First, let's see, Marta, why don't you come up here? Yep. Now this is a pretty heavy chair. I want you to sit in it, please. Now I would like 4 volunteers, 2 women and 2 men. People who haven't been up here, preferably. Come on up, thank you. Thank you. 2 women. Okay. 1 more. Come on, one of you guys back there. You guys are used to being up front. Okay. All right. Okay, the men in back, good. Women up here in front. All right. Now I'll show you first what I want you to do. Okay. I want you to put your hands right under there. Okay. All right. So you've got that there. Good, good. I want you guys to find a spot in the back, in the corner like that. Okay. Okay, now lift. Okay, put her down. That's good, that's good. Now I want you all 4 to imagine that you're superheroes. Fantastic strength. You've got muscles of titanium alloy. You've got the speed of a spaceship. You've got the will of more than iron, ceramic. Okay? You guys are fantastic with strength and speed and skill. Superheroes. Imagine yourself, all of you, as superheroes. Now lift. Thank you very much.
question.
What happened?
Did you really?
Yes,
Well, tell her what happened.
Just have the easier time.
She practically flew up. Oh, yeah. Yes. See? From pure fantasy. Because what will happen when you fantasize like that is your subconscious will take every element of it can and convert it into what's possible for you in a given moment. There'll be an increase of strength, an increase of energy, an increase in skill of any kind, to the degree that in that moment you're able to expand into. Okay? This technique is a variation of a technique that my father taught me. Okay? And this is a technique for self-confidence that is really cool. It is sort of a fantasy technique, but a little different. And so I'm going to have you practice it here and now. But it's called the Emperor of the Universe. Now, the Emperor of the Universe runs everything. So first I'll demonstrate on how it works. Right now I'm going to assume the position of the Emperor of the Universe. And so, yeah, keep holding your hands like that. Move your fingers back and forth. Thank you very much. I like your arms folded like that, Brian. And yes, I would like you to put the left arm down. Thank you, done that. That's good. And Gloria, laugh like that. It's exactly the way I want you to laugh. Thank you very much. That's really good. And Karen, your head bent over to the left, just like, and raised up right when I wanted to. That's right. Very good. And leaning forward like that, Peter, makes you look very interested in what I'm saying. And I'm holding your hand, your right hand, actually, on your pad of paper like that with a pen in it. Is very impressive. Keep doing it. As the Emperor of the Universe, you tell the universe to do what it's doing. And if it changes, you approve the change. That's what it consists of. Now, at first it sounds a little silly, but wait till you feel how it feels. So right now, what I'd like you to do silently is look around the room. And remember, now this can even be things in the room, like you can say, all right, let's see, I want you paintings to stay right there in the wall in that particular pattern, just like that. Thank you very much. The middle one, you have to be just slightly off, but that's okay. That's why I want it to be. And I'm kind of a perfectionist with that kind of stuff. Tell things to be the way they are. Tell people to do what they're doing. I'm going to give some time to practice this. I want you to be aware of how it feels to do this. Go ahead. Tell them to wear what they're wearing, to put their hands where they are, approve them changing, tell everything to be what it is. Tell me to say stop. Stop!
Good job.
Thank you very much. Would anyone like to share how that felt?
Oh,
Didn't that feel good? Anybody else?
peaceful.
Peaceful. Yes, very good.
It felt relaxing because I felt like I was connected with everything instead of resisting.
It's a way of connecting too. That's right. That's right. Yes.
No chance to feel tension.
No chance to feel tension. That's right. Because everybody's doing what you want. That's right. It's a very, very powerful technique to combine self-esteem and self-confidence. You feel relaxed, you feel connected. Let me tell you, this is an excellent technique if you go to a party of strangers, where you usually feel isolated and alone and kind of separated. Shift into the emperor's role. And you'd be amazed how some of the people will respond. They'll respond in a friendly way and making connections, but shift into that and you're no longer isolated. You're no longer apart. You are together with them, and they're a part of you. It's a really, really good technique for this thing that we're talking about. I've tried to teach you in a condensed way some of the powerful techniques for self-esteem and self-confidence, that if you practice these or develop them in any other way that you want to, these are going to make profound improvements or good changes in your life, in your relationships, in your ability to act effectively in this world.